This is France, either the most important country in the world, or the snobbiest pretentious dude, depending on your perspective. France may look small now, but its previous past was quite big and strong. So why did the French Empire decline? Well, it all began with the origins of France under the Roman Empire. Following the fall of the Roman Empire, some German tribes migrated to modern-day France, got Latinized and became the basis of modern French people. Later, Charlemagne came along, created France, Germany, and this meat shield no man's land. Due to feudalism, France fractured, got into huge beef with some English dudes. Then, this lady came along and rescued France, but got burned alive. The centralization of France made it a strong force to be reckoned with on continental Europe, displacing the balance of power previously held by city-states and local feudal lords. France became the top bully of Europe, exerted its military and cultural influence on Europe, particularly during the reign of the Sun King. Everyone was speaking French, and imitated French latest fashions. Meanwhile, following the loss of Calais, England did not have anything else on continental Europe, so it looked to the New World. As an island nation, England can focus solely on the navy. France, on the other hand, needed to keep up with both land military and naval power developments. To France's credit, it did very well, up until the beginning of 18th century, when Britain came along and challenged the French dominance. So how did France begin to lose the rat race? Well, it can be partly traced back to the Reformation. A bunch of French people became Protestants. They were generally highly skilled, well-educated, and entrepreneurship-minded. France, being a big Catholic fanboy, kicked out the Protestants. Thus, France experienced brain drain. England gladly accepted the Huguenots. As such, England/Britain has a more mercantile-based economy whilst France still relied on rural aristocratic agricultural economy. In addition, France did not have the luxury of going overdrive on naval power and overseas trade like the island nation Britain. Though both France and Britain's government administration were somewhat aristocratic, the Brits had the upper hand of having prime ministers gradually taking powers away from the monarchs, because the Brits hired a German dude to be their king. France has absolute monarchs, thus its government administration can be inefficient and less stable. Following the 7 Years' War, Britain and Prussia emerged victorious. Britain became the undisputed bully on the seas, whilst France still held the upper hand in continental Europe, though with increasing competition from Prussia. Then, this Napoleon dude beat up everyone and made France great again. Napoleon's French Empire was short-lived, but it profoundly changed Europe with the spread of its revolutionary ideals, effectively pulling Europe into the modern era. During the 19th century, France was still a force to be reckoned with. But the decline of French Empire was on the writings on the wall, because it could not keep up with modernization and industrialization like Britain, Prussia, and United States. Unsurprisingly, France got knocked out by Prussia. France was super embarrassed, so it worked hard to get its revenge during World War I, and it did, punishing Germany to the point where Germany turned to an Austrian dude for inspiration and fashion ideas. Germany knocked out France again, and this time it was so serious that it became an eternal internet meme. After World War II, it was clear that France was a shell of its former self, but France still wanted to stay relevant, for nostalgic sentiments. So France tried to hold on to Algeria and Vietnam, but failed. France was also embarrassed by United States and Soviet Union to get out of Egypt. All is not lost for France. It successfully developed its own nuclear bomb, making itself a force to be reckoned with again, retaining its precarious seat as a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, and keep reminding everyone that it is still strong and relevant. And here we are today. If France somehow won the 7 Years' War, French will likely be the global language today, and we will be using its confusing numbering system. If there is anything to be learned from the decline of French Empire, it is that every empire will eventually fall. So do your best in making a lasting impact beyond your empire's lifespan. The French certainly did, for better or for worse. Thanks for watching.